Hey y'all, and welcome to Monter's Market, and welcome to my Let It Snow video. Now this video has nothing to do with snow. I just thought it was a cute idea. It's just Christmas Christmas DIYs. So let's jump into my first DIY. For my first DIY, I'm going to make this sign that says, "'Tis the season to be jolly." Now, I went to Home Depot and they cut this chalkboard. It's chalkboard on one side and it's a whiteboard on the other side. And you get a huge piece. For when I did this video, it was a little less than $7. When I went in there the other day, it was like 8 and some change. So it's gone up a little bit. But you can get 4 of these signs out of that one board. So it's a really good deal. Then I took these 1x1s that you can get from Home Depot. Generally, I like to go with the more rustic wood that cost a lot less. But I wanted this frame to be really pretty and kind of more refined, if you will, than I do the old beat up rustic piece that you can get for hardly anything. Now watch this. When I go to cut this, I measured it. I forgot to put my little bag on the end of, you see that? I'm an idiot. Anyway, I'm using this beautiful stain, and always put your gloves on before you use stain, because it will literally stain your hands and your clothes and anything else it gets on. Now, I like to take one of those little rags that you dry your car with and cut it up and use those to put that on. I am going to use my bright white, my bark, my favorite Christmas green pesto, and the candy apple red to do this sign. I'm also going to use a little bit of green meadow and the gold. I believe the gold is glittery, actually. When you're using Chalk Couture, you always have to fuzz your transfer. This one is so big, I had to use 2 of the fuzzing cloths. Now, I could have grabbed a towel out of my closet and opened it up, and it would have done the same job. However, these fuzzing cloths are made for this. So what fuzzing does is it allows some of that fuzz to stick to the back of it, so that when you go to pull it off of your surface, whatever it may be, the green sticky doesn't come off of the back of your transfer, ruining your surface, and it'll mess up your transfer. Here, I got a little bit too much on the back of it. I fuzzed it a little bit too much, so you saw me picking some off. Now I'm going to go in and chalk it. And this is the funnest part to me. I'm going to take my pesto and I'm going to go over a lot of these little green leaves. Some of them I'm going to do in the green. Some of them I'm going to do in the bark. And then some of them I'm going to sort of mix together. Not like together, but sort of ombre them together. You'll see in just a minute. I don't know how to explain it. Anyway, it's just going to give a little bit of depth and dimension to the leaves, and they're not all going to be just green. And then on the "'Tis the Season to be Jolly," obviously I'm doing that in white. If you've never done Chalk Couture, it is the most awesome thing. And if you do it right and you follow directions, it's literally perfect every time. Now, I have messed some up with user error, obviously, but it is what it is. So the little berries, I'm getting ahead of myself, are going to be, or I'm rambling, should I say, in the red. And then the gold, I'm going to do those little swirly swatches or whatever they're called. So watch this. Is that not perfect? Now, I know you can't see the board that good, but the lighting was horrible. But you'll be able to see it a little bit better when I zoom in like this. Look at how beautiful the detail is in this picture. I love it. And where you see in the writing where it looks like a lot of it has like been come off, or it didn't go on the picture good, that's actually the way that transfer is made. It's to make it look a little rustic. And once I got my frame cut out and all stained. Lord, I couldn't remember the word stain for nothing. I let that stain dry. I'm going to take some wood glue. And it's a wood glue hot sticks, or hot sticks wood glue, however you want to say it. And I'm going to put my frame together just to keep it together while I'm screwing the screws in. That wood glue works like a champ. If you've never used the hot stick wood glue, honey, you're missing out when you're working with wood, because it is strong, strong, strong. Anyway, I took some little screws and screwed my frame together. And then I turned my board over and I took my little stapler and I stapled it in. And that was all there was to making this gorgeous picture. Huge picture. Very high-end looking, in my opinion. And I love the design on this transfer. I cannot tell you enough how beautiful this is in person. I love the rusticness. Rusticness, is that a word? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. The rusticness of the writing and just the color combo. Like, I just love this whole thing. And it turned out absolutely gorgeous, in my opinion. And the frame, I'm so glad I went with that higher grade wood, because it's perfect for this picture. Let me know in the comments what you think about my DIY number 1. Now, DIY number 2 is going to be a lot smaller, but just as easy as the first one. And I really think the first one was super easy to make. I'm going to take this little galvanized house that you get at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to take all of the rope off of it. And then I'm going to take this cute little tag that's actually adorable just the way it is. I would have been happy putting this tag on the front of that and sticking a little bow at the top of it, and it would have been fine. But I had something else that I wanted to do, so I painted it with the moss green paint from the chalk paint from Waverly, and I love, love, love that color. It's very similar to the Real Pretty Pesto in the chalk couture paste. Then I'm going to take this little Let It Snow sign. See, there is some Let It Snow in this. I'm going to take this little Let It Snow sign, and I'm going to go over it with, oh gosh, what is it called? Antique wax. And it's like a stain, and you brush it on, and then once you brush it on, you take like a baby wipe or a wet rag, and you wash it off. Now, I left the little snowflake, I didn't paint it with the stain because I wanted to paint it with this white Waverly chalk paint, just to make it stand out a little bit and give it some cuteness and some character. And then I just glued that to my little galvanized thing. I still had my hot glue sticks, my wood sticks in there, but I just went ahead and used it and put that on the little sign. How cute is that looking already? I love it. Then I took some little random pieces of greenery that I had and just sort of kept playing with it and putting it together till I found the perfect little mixture. And it hid the little hole in the top of the tag, and it just gave the picture just a little finishing touch. But that wasn't good enough, so I tore it off and made me a little finger bow. Now, a finger bow, if you don't know, is just where you wrap the twine around your fingers 8, 9, 10 times. And then you take a little piece of twine and you tie it around the middle. And it just makes the cutest little rustic bow. And you can put them on anything. Well, that was my problem, is I didn't know where I wanted to put it. I tried it on the bottom, I tried it on the top, I tried it in the middle, and I couldn't figure it out. Then I decided, I don't like the greenery there. So I tore the greenery off, and I put the little bow there, and I wish I would have left it just like that. But I had in my head that I needed that greenery on there somewhere. So I ended up putting it down on the bottom left. And while it's kind of a cutesy little touch, and I am gluing a piece of twine back on for a hanger. I really didn't like it in the end, and I should have pulled it off before I finished this video. But I took me some white Waverly chalk paint, and I dusted it to make it have a little snowy effect, since the sign said let it snow. And that's all there was to making that. So let me know down in the comments what you think about this second little sign. I think it's adorable. I think it's rustic. I think it's farmhouse. And I think I should have left that little greenery and red piece off. Let me know in the comments, would you have left it off or would you have put it on there? I definitely like the rest of it without the green part. But anyway, it is what it is. I've done what I've done, and I thought it turned out cute either way. Now, my DIY number 3, I'm going to make a beaded garland. Now, if you've never been to my channel before, well, first I want to say welcome. My name is Brenda, but my sweet little grandbabies call me Monner. And I'm so glad that you're here. So I'm going to take this green and go around on the leaves. This little piece of transfer here is called a mini. There's about 12 of these things on one sheet, and they're all different little pictures that you can chalk to just make little mini signs. The black thing that I'm chalking on is called a chalk chip, and you get several of them in a package. So now I'm going to take my skewers, because when I'm doing any kind of beads and I'm coloring them, this is the easiest way for me to do it. I know there's several different ways of doing it. You can put them on a pipe cleaner. You can stick them down in the cup with just a tiny bit of paint and swirl them around. There's several different ways you can do it. But for me personally, this is my favorite way to do it. Now, these little beads right here are a little bit smaller than the rest. And I'm going to end up doing 2 of each color and then a brown, then 2 of each color and then a brown. You'll see in just a minute. The first, I'm going to do that in the Antique Waverly, the Antique Wax by Waverly. Slow down, Brenda. Y'all know if you've ever watched me before, I get tongue-tied. I'm ADHD, and my mouth gets way ahead of my brain. Or my brain gets ahead of my mouth. I don't know, but it never works. Anyway, now I'm going to go in with this beautiful crimson red by Waverly, and I'm going to paint some of the little beads in that pretty red. And I wish I would have taken on the green ones that I'm going to be doing in just a minute. I wish I would have used my pesto chalk paste to paint them, because then it would have matched my picture perfectly. But it was an afterthought. And the next time I do something with that paste, I'll definitely use that. Because, I found out afterwards that you could paint with the paste. I never knew that before. But regardless, I used the fern, which is still a pretty Christmas green. And it does turn out, it is a pretty little beaded garland. But I just wish the 2 greens would have matched. I hope that even makes sense. So anyway, after I got the beads painted and they all dried, I laid them out, and I don't know if I show it here, but no, I don't. I put it on like a red, a white, a green, a red, a white, and a green, and I didn't like it like that. So I took it back off, and I just went in with 2 greens and then a brown one, 2 whites, then a brown one, 2 reds, then a brown one, and so on and so on. And made a little tassel for the end, put it together, and look how stinking cute that turned out. Now, for that little hole in that chalk chip, I just used my little crocodile tool and poked a little hole in it to put my twine on it. Made a simple little twine tassel. If you don't know how to do that, let me know, and I'll be happy to make a little tutorial for making tassels. Some people struggle with them, but they are super duper easy to make. But look how cute that looks together. I love it. Now for DIY number 4, I adore these little houses at the Dollar Tree. They're just made of wood, and I went in with one, or went in on one side. Lord, Brenda, get it straight, with the crimson red. And look at this paper I got at Hobby Lobby. It is so stinking cute. I love it. Anyway, I just laid my house down on top of it to sort of trace it out. And then I cut it out, and I took some Mod Podge, and I Mod Podged the whole side where that paper was going to be. And I just glued it down, and it just turned out so cute. And then I took a little hand sander that you can get from the Dollar Tree, And I like to wet my edges just a tiny bit with a little paintbrush and sand it down, and it gives it the most perfect finish on the edges. Now, this little sign says believe, and it is so cute. I also went in with the antique Waverly wax. Why do I keep saying that? That's the second time I've said that. The Waverly wax. God, okay. Beep, that was a blooper. The antique wax by Waverly. I am not going to start over, so that's going to stay in there. Then I went with the crimson and did Santa's little hat. And then I went in with some white and did the little trim around the hat and the little ball, because you know that's what Santa's hat looks like. So I had to make it look authentic. Anyway, I'm sorry for that little mess up there, y'all. I painted that part white, and I just think it was adorable the way it turned out. And then I just glued it to the top of my little house, and I was done. And it was super duper cute. And, oh wait, did I add some greenery? I think I added some greenery. You know what? I remember adding greenery. So, yes, I took this little pick from the Dollar Tree, and I just started gluing. And what I did is I just deconstructed it and then sort of put it stuff. Jesus. If y'all continue listening to me, God bless you, because I cannot talk today. Anyway, I just took some random pieces and put them together to make a cute little greenery piece. And I had went in and painted this edge of this house white, and now I'm just touching it up, going around the edge of it. But look how cute it turned out in the end. That would be so cute on a tier tray or just standing up by itself. And I actually do love the way this greenery looks on this one. And I added that little snowy effect to everything, and I just thought that one was adorable, or as I like to say, so stinking cute. I have said so stinking cute forever and ever, and I was watching Kelly Barlow the other day, and that's actually the name of her little production, is Stinking Cute. I never knew that before, and she's one of my favorites. So for DIY number 5, I love these little crates. You can do so many things with them. If you don't know, go over to Melissa at All Things Crafty's page. She's a genius with these little crates. She makes so many different things with these crates. But this, I was just making like a little book stack with it. And I painted it white with the antique. Lord, here goes the antique again. Whew, with the Waverly white chalk paint. And look how cute this little napkin is. I thought that would be adorable on something. And I thought this little book stack was perfect, or faux book stack, should I say. So what I did is I just cut the little picture out, and I took that second ply off, put me some Mod Podge down, laid it down, and Mod Podged over the top of it to seal it all in. And look how cute this is turning out already. I love it. And you can't even tell that it was a napkin when I get done. Now, I did take something and sort of, notch out the little lines that are in the box. I don't even know what they're called. Anyway, and then I just grabbed some greenery. And first I want to take some twine and wrap around the edge. No, I didn't. I put my greenery on first. Did I even use twine on this? I don't know. Anyway, but look how pretty that greenery's coming together. And I did the same thing here that I have through the whole video. I just deconstructed some little picks that you can get at the Dollar Tree, and then just kind of made my own thing on there. But look how pretty that's turning out. And then again, I took that same white Waverly chalk paint and gave it a little snowy effect. And I just love it. I think this turned out so cute. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this and the way it's turning out so far. And I want to know, what was your favorite? Yes, I thought I used some twine on this. Now I'm just going to go in and glue some twine around it. I thought I did. But let me know what your favorite DIY was in this video. I think mine's definitely my first one, my big sign that I made. I love that sign. I'm obsessed with that sign. And I think if I were to go, oh, you know what? I did use some of that. What is that stuff called right there? The pitberry vine. I put some of that in there too. And it's easy. You just wrap it around your finger and it okay, let's beep that out and start over again. You can twist it up and make it look like it's swirly. I don't even know what the proper term is for it. I'm so aggravated myself for getting so tongue-tied so many times here. So I do apologize for all of that. But now let's look at the final reveal. If you're still with me and you haven't got tired of my tongue-tiedness or whatever it's called, leave me a little Santa down in the bottom. And I just want to say thank you for your patience. It makes me as aggravated as I'm sure it makes y'all. And I just hate to keep turning the little thing off and redoing the voiceover and then go a little bit further, get tongue-tied again, turn it off, erase it, start over. It just gets old because I truly do get tongue-tied a lot. And it's just a flaw with my body and with my head and my mind, whatever causes it, it's frustrating. So I do apologize. But like I said, it gets tedious to keep rewinding and redoing the voiceover every time you turn around. So I just left it in there this time to show you how human I am. And it is what it is. But let me know what you think about my whole little video and all of the things that I made. And don't leave me because I can't talk right. I really am sorry. I kept getting so tongue-tied. It's driving me nuts. But I've got so much going on right now. I just don't have time to go back and erase it and start over. But anyway, I love that you came to watch this with me. I love that you're still here with me and watching the little final reveal. I really appreciate your support. It means more than you know. Now I'm going to give you a really good view of the paint job on this picture. Look how pretty that turned out. I love every little bead. I love every little piece of fern. I love the white, the way they make it rustic. I love the gold. I just love the whole thing. And I love that rustic frame that didn't cost me hardly anything. I probably only have $3 in that whole sign, believe it or not. And that sign, I don't remember how big it is, but I want to say it was like a 24 by 24. It's really big and it's beautiful. And I would pay $50 for it all day long because it turned out so pretty and it's such a big piece. But let me know which one was your favorite down in the comments. I love that you came to watch this with me. I'm so excited that you're still here listening to me ramble on. Thank you for coming to Monter's Market. Thank you for watching. Be blessed. Bye now.